Thank you for the class. I really appreciate it. The class was different for me because it was, even though it was remote, it was more interactive than a lot of the classes I had had before. And by that, I mean, a lot of the classes, the instructor's talking at you, or you're doing specific things during the class, like, oh, now we're going to do a daily stand-up or whatever. In this particular class, I thought it was interesting because we were actually doing the rituals as we went through the class. So every day we'd have a regular daily stand-up, interesting ways to start daily stand-ups to make sure everybody was okay, especially in this time where a lot of us are doing remote meetings. I thought that was really useful for me to come up with some ideas to how to make sure the team was engaged and still okay in these times. So that was different than a lot of the classes I've had before, is the interactivity, even though remote. I love the T-shaped teams. The Kaizen was really an eye-opener for me because we had been doing retrospectives, but then what to do with the information from the retrospectives and how to get the product owner to buy into what you want to do with that, with those pieces of information. Because a lot of times it was, we want to improve a process, or we want to change the way we're testing, or we want to use Git flow now because, you know, that's an important thing for the particular project I'm on. So I thought that was actually, it brought me more depth of knowledge than I had before. I had heard all these terms, but when you read the Scrum guide and you're just going, you know, it's strictly, you've got to go by the guide. I'm not that kind of person. So I've been trying to bring in other things because it's really about the team and how to bring the team together. And so the people, my team members love the Kaizen idea, and we're going to use that. We're actually writing a proposal right now. We're adding that to the proposal. The T-shaped teams is also coming in as a theme in the proposal because we're advertising our team that has a lot of breadth of knowledge, but many of us have more depth of knowledge in different areas. And the team, we just finished our first 9 months of the contract, and we have actually a 4-year extension we're trying to bid on right now. So the T-shaped team is that we've been sharing knowledge and building out the team and keeping the team cohesive. And I think those particular areas, you know, some of the lean strategies and things like that have really helped my team in just the few weeks we've had them, and it's helping with the proposal as well. That was great for me because then we were able to examine the individual areas and the team members so that the team can get more depth in general, you know, say, oh, we really have a weakness over here. We need to build in this area. And that's what we've been doing over these past few weeks since I went to the class. So it's really helpful, and it's really helping in this proposal. I can't emphasize that more, that we can use the information that I gathered, and the team is really excited about it as well. I mentioned the far more interactive, but it was you allowed the team, or I'm sorry, I call it a team all the time, even though it's class members, but it felt like a team while we were, you know, in the class. And that was different for me. It wasn't you just spewing out information to us and trying to, you know, I've got to gather all this information and make sure the templates that you put together that we could fill out with some of the keywords, you know, and key concepts were really helpful. I kept that in front of me all the time. And just the interactive nature of it. I think, you know, I've been through both online classes, in-person classes, and mixtures of different things. And this has just been, you know, it was practice what you were preaching. And like I said, like the daily stand-ups where you were, I was learning new techniques for stand-ups that keep the team engaged while I was actually participating in it. And you were pulling ideas from and listening to ideas from the people that were in the class, the team that was in the class. There was a lot of skill sets in this particular class that I haven't had in previous classes. A lot of times I'll come in and, you know, I'll take a class and I'm the only person that has any experience in anything. But this class had varying experiences. Some had been certified, some not certified. Everybody felt welcomed to add their ideas, add their experiences. And overall, I just thought it was one of these like opening moments. Like I got so much confidence out of this class because that was what I came in with. I was like, I want to be in a position where I can, this is the wrong word, but sell, Scrum and Agile processes to a business. And I've not had that opportunity. And now I feel like I have the confidence from this class to be able to do that. Confidence in my current skills, confident that I can learn new skills and new ways of doing things and modify the team. And already in the last few weeks of this contract, and as we go into the next contract, the team is like, oh, I came up with this idea and let's do this and that. And my team has become more open because of the openness of the class that we had. So I think that was a really good thing and different than other classes I've taken. Yes, your experiences, we are varied experiences, not just in software development, but the processes as far as factory work and things like that were varied, because a lot of times you go in and it's all software. It's like, I think these varied experiences that you had, that you shared with the class, really helped, because that to me is agile. But you've got to know your team and know what your problem space is. And I really got that out of this class, that the Scrum Master needs to understand those things and then be able to communicate them. And some of the experiences you had, what was it with the dress code, where, people can wear shorts and you can look nice and things like that. And I love that analogy, because I was like, oh, that opens that up, to what the team needs. And that's really what the Scrum Master role is all about, is trying to address the needs, or not trying to, addressing the team needs, rather than, just going, oh, well, this is the culture, there you go, live with it. As far as the online experience versus being in a class, I thought the use of Mural was excellent. And it allowed us to do our homework, and I could do it offline. I could still see the information. I was just reading through some of the things today. I was like, oh yeah, we talked about that and we did this. So all the online resources were really good, and having those available afterwards, like I said, I just used them today. So that really helped me as well, that I can keep that information. And frankly, being able to download it and keep it is a lot better than having a whole bunch of books and papers around,